Hey guys, so this is the week 6 video. So this week I read my chapter on the Cosmopolitan magazine, and so the title was Inventing the Cosmo Girl, and it was Class Identity and Girl Style American Dreams by Laurie Ouellette. So this chapter, it focused a lot about the mid 1970s. Let me see if I put that right. Yep, the mid 1970s, and how the Cosmo Girl was really introduced then, and how the ideals of that was seen. So one of the main people with the Cosmo Girl was this woman named Helen Gurley Brown. So she wrote for Cosmo, and she really structured the idea of the Cosmo Girl. So the Cosmo Girl was just like basically your everyday girl, she could relate to a lot of people. She just had lots of strange ideals when I think about it. She was like the single girl, the 18 to 34-year-old, and this was just the American dream that they believed kind of summed up everyone for that. So I thought it was really interesting. Cosmo had more than 2 million readers in the mid 1970s, and it was really like Cosmo really stressed that women had to be beautiful, pretty, sexier than usual. There's new looks that came out, like wigs, lashes, contacts, and they really brought up the kind of like the pink collar look. So it's like the woman starting in the working field. And so they also, like, I was like writing down different quotes and stuff that they had, and so like poor girls are not sexy, and a lot of what was talked about was linked to the female sexual desire, and how that was linked to the upward mobility of men. So it kind of talked about how they thought that women are attracted to men that are successful and powerful, which is true. But so one of the quotes was, "Sex is a powerful weapon for a single woman in getting what she wants in life." So it kind of explained that she wants an upward mobility man, and it explained this thing called treating. So that's like when women first started going into the workforce, and they did like sexual favors and stuff, and it was kind of normalized because they thought that's how they would get their upward mobility. And it's hard because there were women with like college degrees, and it was hard for them to get a job because the idea of like the sexy secretary was so popularized, and it was encouraged in Cosmo to have a girl just focus on her looks and prepare herself for a man, and pursue men who have been off limits before. So the idea of the secretary kind of had to do with so women with degrees were struggling to move into a more male-dominated profession, and women were seen as a sought-after secretary, the one that she could go to work and meet her man, like meet a successful businessman. So Cosmo escalated that sexual worth for them, and really just focused on making sure the woman is beautiful and pretty. And so it was kind of hard for the woman movement that was going on, like the feminism part of it, because pink collar women found Cosmo, girl's identity, and upward mobile sexual agent more attractive and more feasible than the women's movement, and it was more relatable to them, so it was harder to do that. So when looking at the SOAPS method, the S, they were talking about Helen Gurley Brown, and the author was Lauren Ouellette, and it was about the Cosmo magazine, which is still in print today and is still really popular. The O, it talks about the Cosmo Girl in the mid-1960s, 1970s. A is the Cosmo Girl who is relatable, and Y, I don't believe they're trying to sell anything, but they're more trying to sell the magazine and the awareness of what they felt the Cosmo Girl should be. So I actually looked at the Cosmo website that they have now, and just at some of the advertisement ads, and some of them were like the different articles, and one was like 11 genius ways to hit on men in public, and 6 ways to wear your favorite summer dress, or cell phone hacks, or hacks for the gym, to make life easier. I kind of like that one, but other than that, it was kind of just really shallow. And so I think the author did tackle a bunch of important why messages on the argument that it was just kind of shallow, and it just, the Cosmo girl is just not the powerful woman that you see today who is a successful businesswoman, but it was more like relying on a man and relying on her looks to get her there instead of relying on her hard work. So it was a good read, and I do agree with the author, and I do think that the stuff in the Cosmo from before was silly, but it was a light read and it wasn't supposed to be taken as seriously, I think. But yep, that's my thoughts on week 6.